What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. We're going to play some Man Machines here. See how this will work. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit, dude. Alright, let's see if everything is working. Cool. Hey, how's it going?
I am doing all right. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Just got done with like every Tuesday I play Among Us with a group of friends. I just got done with like 3 hours of that.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, my game was a little bit loud.
Oh yeah, no, I was just playing modded Among Us with some friends.
Oh, very cool.
So I've been doing that with. Let's see, do you still hear me on the other microphone?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, so we were playing like modded Among Us. We've been doing that since like before the pandemic, and we've been like doing it, and we're like a very big group, and it's pretty fun. We use like some proximity chat stuff, and it's pretty hilarious because everybody's just so bad.
That's a good time. I really enjoyed when my friend group was kind of into that. They do First Class Citizen now.
Oh, is that like a similar type of game?
Yeah, I haven't played it myself. I mean, so the problem is I moved to the Netherlands and all my friends are back in the States, so do not get a chance. Wow, this is a modded. I'm like looking at all this like random upward changes.
Well, yeah, like we run custom maps. Like all of the maps are like bigger and there's more ammo packs and stuff.
Even the doors are upside down on the spawn.
Yeah.
It's so random.
This is one of the earlier maps we have. It's not as refined as some of the others. Because we have a guy, his name is Bill Shit, who's a very talented map modder, and he's very fast.
Yeah.
So we have like, we also have like some modded MVM maps as well. Like Rottenberg and Big Rock. So yeah, I mean, creating this game mode started kind of like just as a joke, and then it like turned into like its own game mode.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey for sure. I haven't been working on it as much lately because like I've been busy with other stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. So so how does the asymmetry work on it? Is it like
there's one robot per 3 humans.
Okay.
And then there is a limit to 1 robot per type, right? So you can't have 2 of the same robot because they're all like unique in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the robots have like this resource mechanic called robot coins, where if they die, their team has like a shared resource pool, and then you can like buy better robots with better weapons, and if they have enough, they can like buy a boss. Let's see. Yeah, so we like if one of the giant robots dies, we can afford like a boss, and then like a boss meter shows up when we play like the sirens and stuff. And
does the human play as the bot?
No, everything is human played. Like I'm playing myself, like the giant.
No, sorry, I meant the boss.
Everything is player controlled. Everything's PvP. So you become the boss. So the boss is like a super strong robot, but he can't be healed. So like any damage you do is permanent.
Yeah.
And I think now.
I suppose that you can see the damage. You can see the health of the.
Yeah, exactly. So I think next time we now can afford like a boss, and then the next time he spawns, he might select the boss. So that's basically it. And this game mode is pretty vertical because we made it so that engineers, like, you can go on roofs and stuff and build there. So it's a lot more like vertical sort of stuff. And has its own meta and playstyle and stuff. Like if you treat this as normal TF2, you're gonna get owned by the robots, but if you treat it like MVM,
right,
you do pretty well. So yeah, that's basically it.
As a soldier just around, there's a soldier just pulling everybody on cart.
Oh yeah. Do you use the floating health thing for the HUD?
Well, I see health above the bots, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna
But
check.
I just use. I think I just use a HUD.
Yeah,
So it's
okay.
just
Well, as long as
whatever
you can
the
see the
default
health,
is
that's
for that.
kind of like
Yeah.
the goal.
Yeah. That's definitely very useful. I mean, it's kind of an important feature given like how big they are.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like that's like for like
So now I'm gonna
gameplay
get
wise. Yeah.
the heavy boss. And it sounds like this.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you got like a little like I'm not okay. Yeah. Fancy as fuck.
And then you can see when I'm taking health, like the bar's going down. Is that you? Are you the engineer at the back there?
No, I've just been playing a pyro. Apparently, actually, I haven't gotten a single kill yet. But I suppose that makes sense because it's just the robots.
Yeah. Yeah, so Pyro is like one of the few... Okay, I think we're gonna lose this. Because we're so slow. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh no, barely did it. Yeah, so like the robots just have to play their objective, otherwise like the humans just run circles around them and just push the cars and win.
Right. Is that mostly payload, I assume?
We have some attack defense. We tried capture the flag in 5 CP, but it was just terrible. It didn't
Oh yeah,
play well at all.
CTF sounds would be terrible in this.
Yeah, because like the
for
robots
sure.
have like some like the robots had to use sentry busters to get the intel.
Yeah.
But then if engineer like this, we have programmed like if you become a sentry buster, if you just touch a sentry, you explode.
Hmm.
So you could just build a sentry inside the turret, and the sentry buster could never get it. So, yeah.
Very cool. It's interesting these open windows as a balancing mechanic. This is so much. Yeah. It's just interesting these like kind of little changes. Just not stuff I would have thought to
Yeah.
adjust on the map. Not bad. Just it's actually kind of. I think it's good, but just.
Yeah, the robots have to move through. I think we lose here. Yeah. Like there's nothing we have that's fast enough.
You see our soldiers of the way.
Yeah, so we can look for Big Rock. Just really hard for the robots. Like some maps are favored for one team and the other.
Yeah.
It also depends on.
This is also running your balance mod on top of it, right?
Yeah, of course. So, and it also has some additional balance as well. Like Demo Man does, I think it's like 20% more damage on all weapons. And Heavy Miniguns has like a slight damage nerf because Heavy was like just the best class. And then Scout has like faster respawn than everybody else. So you can like kind of throw yourself at the like if you're just a scout and you run in and you mark someone with the Fan War and you die, it's like worth it.
Yeah.
Like small stuff like that. But you can just play normally, like if you would in MVM.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Spies, Backstab don't insta-kill robots, but it does a lot of damage. And the robots, they make a lot of noise, so they don't always hear getting backstabbed and notice it.
Right.
So yeah, cool.
Huh. Yeah.
Do you
no,
have any like community you can bring in or something?
No, not really. I mean, not like that. I could like really quickly spawn.
Yeah, you can't
I
spawn
stopped streaming.
minions.
Yeah. It's like.
Oh, you stopped streaming?
Yeah, I stopped streaming like. Well, back around the time I took like my Face It job, and then I what's it called? Took the Face It job, and then I started like running. I was running the ship for like every day I was just doing crazy hours trying to run the competitive side to make sure things worked, and it was very exhausting. And then I was like, I can't do both. It's like one of those things. It's like I wanted to stream, but it's like I gotta really throw myself into it, else it's kind of pointless.
If you type volunteer, like exclamation mark volunteer, you can volunteer to be a robot because there's a slot here if you want to try.
Sure.
Did you become a robot or not? Did you just
Let's
say?
see. I think I gotta kill myself first.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess Ham.
And got it. That's
Someone
all
stole
good.
his blood. Yeah, that's okay.
I did play as because I was on here a while ago, and I remember you turned me into a robot as a joke. I think it was like when you're like the very, very first time
Oh yeah,
you.
that was like in November last year. I think that's when I first. Started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you just were like, oh hey, I just have this new idea of just like I don't even think it was a game mode yet. It was just like
Yeah, we
you just
had
created the character. Yeah.
Yeah, we just had the plugins that turned you into a robot. None of the systems.
Yeah.
So how's the Face It life?
It's good. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like the fun times of just trying to go through the process, working like at a company. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's good because it's like trying to get to do something cool for the community, but it's also like having to convince people and like if people on your side and be like, okay, this is a good idea, and because we want to do some really big, cool ideas for Phase, and not just kind of like. I think last time they kind of came in and they kind of forced the idea of what they think it should be, if that makes sense.
The
of like
thing?
the casual stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I think they kind of came in and just like they had an idea of like what it should be rather than like kind of talking more to the community.
Oh yeah.
And so like my go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I remember being involved in that process because they asked YouTubers, and then they
Yeah.
told me how they're gonna do it, and I said, no, you can't do it that way. If you do it that way, it's gonna die. You have to do it this
Yeah.
way. And they were like, no, we're gonna try. And then, oh, okay. And what happened?
What's funny is because I've been doing kind of the same thing. I've been going back through the Rolodex and talking to, influencers and YouTubers and Twitch streamers and stuff like that, just to kind of get people's opinion. Because again, like you guys are like kind of like a good, I mean, among other people, are kind of a good like touch into the community because obviously like you care about it and are actively involved in it.
Yeah. And I think also like the group they got of creators is actually pretty good because there's like we have varied interests, like what we consider things.
For sure.
Like, me and Dane, we have very like different views on things, but we both want what's good for the community, right? So.
Yeah, and I mean that's just it. It's like every person I've talked to is like has a slightly different variation on like what they want in a server and like what their preferred way of playing the game is, but. Ultimately, yeah, it's all kind of like everybody just kind of wants the game to grow. It's like, if we came out tomorrow and said like, the sniper changes are 100%, going to grow the game 100%. Well, everybody be like, okay, well, like, I may or may not agree with it, but like, if it grows the game, great,
People are
like,
so
I mean, even
subjective when it comes to balance. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, the balance stuff is just like it's a whole another beast. I mean, even competitive side of things is just like, I mean, that's kind of just, a whole nother beast of just like how the game should be played and what's the best way. And, it just, I mean, I think the thing that they kind of didn't really realize as much, or I don't want to say that, but the thing that I'm really, like, I know, but I'm really learning the more, because, like, I'm actually, like, spending my, like, full time and, like, trying to understand the community and, like, understand it fully, is like just like TF2 is just such a fractured community, for better and for worse, and so it's like trying to come out with like a one perfect solution is just that's not actually a solution, because there is not one way to play the game. So coming out with like the matchmaking service they did, where they're like, this is the way casual competitive style should be played, and it's like, okay, like that's great, but like that's very isolating to a big portion of the community who doesn't want to play that way, and then they marketed it like not effectively, and yeah,
it's like you say, like it's like a band creating music and you're like, this music's good, right? And you don't tell what genre it is, and then people come in and they don't like the genre and they're like, this is not good music.
I think it's like one of these things where it's like, I think from, I took part of it, like in the original launch, because I talked to them, from like the side of like RGL and potentially, helping them out with some competitive stuff that never went through. And the thing that I kind of took away from it was, where was it going with that? I'm losing my train of thought while I'm trying to kill robots here, but. Just that, like, I don't know, I guess they just kind of had one way to look at it. There's something else I was going to say that was more poignant, but I can't fucking remember now. Yeah. Too distracted playing games. The streaming and talking, I'm just out of it, I'm not don't got the gift anymore.
Yeah, for the people wondering, the guy I'm talking to is my old pal Sigifu, the engineer god back in the day.
Back in the day, back when I was good at the
He was
games.
one of those that caused like the repair rate to get nerfed for engineer like way back in the day, because he like tanked an entire, what was it, like a medic heavy
So, yeah,
push?
a medic. Yeah, it was an entire Uber heavy point blank at a sentry gun. Could not take it down, and I think even the demo man was doing some damage after that.
Yeah,
that couldn't take it down.
And there was like a
then
heavy sentry point blank. Yeah, so right now I'm playing probably the biggest noob stomper of all the bosses, which is Nuker. And he has extremely large explosions, big bombs, and big range, and they obscure everything. He's easily countered by pyros, but if you don't have one, you just die. But he doesn't have that much health, and I think I'm gonna die here. Yep, I'm dead.
Yep, pushing the pit. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so pyro is like the bully for the robots.
For sure, especially on Upward. This is a very Overwatch designed last before
Yeah.
Overwatch was a thing. Oh my gosh! All right, let's see here. Yeah, we're holding on.
So what's really cool about this project here is that now that creators died, there's still a lot of code that was unused for weapons that never amounted to anything because they weren't balanced and didn't play properly. But with this mode, I can put literally anything on a robot and be like, yeah, sure, it's fine, and then I'll just make the robot like cost money or have some glaring weaknesses, and then we can use the code. So we have like a lot of custom weapon code for some of these robots. And we also experimented with some stuff. Before, we used to have robots that had like homing missiles.
Yeah.
And that was completely busted. Like, we couldn't play with it because you took out the human element of aim, and it was just like, there was no counterplay. You had to have perfect reflex as a pyro, and it required nothing from the robot side. So it was like really, really unfair.
Basically just like a mounted sentry gun in some way, just like yeah.
But it's like, because like you can dodge the projectile, but then the projectile will go behind you and then like turn around and hit you from behind.
Yeah, that would be. Oh wow, this window is in a different spot. Oh, almost gotcha. Oh yeah, but so I realized like what I was trying to get at the last point was kind of more just talking about how the TF2 community is so fractured, and so like trying to come up with like one fit solution for the system is just like not adequate. Like that's mostly just kind of like, I think the thing that, and that's just not kind of like what Faceit has done before. They kind of have done like one thing like really well, but it's just like not the TF2 community, unfortunately, because like not even the competitive scene is like there's literally no scene that is like conversely around like one way to do something.
Like in competitive, you have like Highlander and Sixes, and then you have like a small subgroup that thinks that neither of those are good, and they want like a hybrid, right? So and then you have like the casual players who are like I was going to include this in my April 1st video where I made the tiny desk engineer playable. So you like just become a tiny engineer, and I had like this speech about like how I ended up cutting it because it didn't like fit the narrative of the video, but it's basically like there's like some players who think like TF2 casual is me playing against players who is worse than me, and if someone better than me comes on, they're ruining my fun. That is like genuinely a lot of the players.
Yeah, no, I mean I think that's like it's kind of like one of the complaints that has been like kind of lobbed at like Uncle Topia, for instance, right? Is like people kind of come on and they're like, oh well, I'm getting, because like it's like a place that like more like competitive players will go to if they're gonna go play a game. Then all of a sudden it's like the guy who can do okay in casual, comes in and he's like, oh okay, there's like 3 or 4 like competitive players in the server, and suddenly I realize I'm not that good,
Yeah. I always enjoy playing when my opponents are good, right? So even if I get stomped, I learn something. But you have like people who are like, no, I'm just gonna play medic and Uber saw everybody and not actually do any healing.
I mean, there's people who want to. I mean, that kind of just makes me think of the people. There's just people who want to play CTF, right?
Yeah.
And all they do is they just want to. I mean, most of the people who go on to two fort, right? They're not going to win the game, right? They're like, I mean, maybe you're trying to get the most kills as a sniper on the deck or something, but a lot of those guys kind of go around just to hang out. And but I think that's great. Like I think that's awesome that like this game can support that. I mean, there's very few games that kind of have that style anymore. You know, like I don't know if you're familiar with like Mordhau. It's like a
Oh yeah, that game.
yeah.
I remember when I first played it when it first came out and everybody was a noob. It was like really fun. And then I remember there was this one guy who had clearly played like similar games before, and he was using like this really strange set of like armor, and then he was using like this hammer that can one-shot people if he hit you in the head.
Oh yeah, like a maul. Yeah.
The maul. And he just didn't die. Because every time you approached him, he did like some fucking, I'm gonna show it on my stream, he did like some of this shit. Like looking up and down, and then you would just whiff, and then he would always hit you in the head because he was just so amazing.
Yep. It is kind of interesting. I think about like, you know, even to like the olden days of like when you actually did have to do a hand-to-hand. I'm like, oh, that's how people like got through and like killed a bunch of people and never died in hand-to-hand combat, because like you're just really fucking good and I'm trash.
Yeah,
and I
like
you know,
what was it, like the samurai strategy? Like you just run away and then you wait until the guy chasing you is like the fittest guy, like the others fall behind. And then you just 1v1 the guy who's the fastest, and then when you killed him, it's only people with less stamina left. And then you can sort of relax and like you eventually chop away from the best to the bottom, and then yeah.
I always thought it'd be fun to get like, well, but I think that's the reason I was referencing that game was was just purely because like you kind of have a similar TF2 style, because like at least in their main like modes, it's like, you know, 20 versus 20 or something like that, or I think it's even more. And you can kind of go in and you can kind of mess around, you know. You know, or like there's like the bards who play music and that's all they do, and it's like very reminiscent of TF2. So does your server automatically change I guess the max player count on to like, because you can only can you support 24 people in this mode?
We can support up to 32.
32.
Scales. But we like the mode design is designed around 6 robots and 18 humans.
I guess that would be 24. Yeah.
So it works with 24.
Yeah.
Okay. It can sometimes work with 5, but it's like very dependent on the robot skill, because like you're only 6, so your skill matters a lot more than an entire team. So we see that like good players do really well. I had Banny try this on his stream like a while ago.
Yeah.
And he was I had to nerf his robot because he just didn't die. I think he had like 120 kill streak or something like that at the end.
Yeah.
And then you have players who are like Joe Schmo, like just picking up TF2, playing it for the first time, and just like dying out. But
It'd be interesting if you had like a hard mode where it's like what's it called? Like, well, if like let's say this was like a matchmaking service, like you could have it where it's like, okay, like the good players get like worse or bigger disad with it or something like that.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
a handicap.
I wonder if you could scale it even where it's like the better you do the work, like maybe like robot wear. So it's like the longer your robot stays alive, like the worse it becomes over time, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I've had thought about that, but then I don't think that's a good mechanic. It's like, oh, if you're doing well, we actually force you to be worse. But I mean, it's definitely like there's definitely some scaling thing we can do here to even the playing field. It's just that I have no way to gauge how good a player is. Like I'm still,
of course,
like a while ago we tried to use like TF2 stats to gauge if a player is good or not. And even if you got a lot of points in the system, it didn't mean that you necessarily were a good player. It just meant that you didn't die a lot, which meant that you probably ran away from fights instead of helping. So sure, while you didn't die, you didn't help when it mattered. So it was like hard to get like a read on that.
Yeah. It's actually an issue that we ran into when I was doing the testing of the face it competitive side of stuff, and I was like, we need to rate players like ahead of time because there's just like way too many. Like a good player just will stomp like an average player like every day of the week, like, and it won't be close and it won't be fun for anybody.
Yeah,
and so I wrote like a whole thing. Like I wrote an algorithm for RGL and for like ETF2L and like an API. It's actually it's one of the fortunate parts about being coming into this job and then also being a developer, like in my former job. It's like I can do a little bit of everything. And those sentry guns go up instantly.
Yeah. But yeah, like the thing with the spy is that like the robots can't chase you, so you can like run in, sap, cloak, and the engineer can't do anything about it. And if he's like, so the way that you have to look at it, right, is that there's only 6 robots, and if you as a spy can make one robot just not play the game, you're doing like a great job.
No, that's true.
But yeah, definitely like the robots are very strong within their kill zone. So you kind of have to use the fact that the robots are slow and don't have a lot of. I've designed the robots so they don't have very good like long range options. They have some, but they're very easily counterable with like a couple of players. Like if you have the Jaybird sniper who has explosive headshots, which is really good, but he can't move while he's scoped in, and one spy can harass him forever.
Right.
So it's like the mode is very much designed around robots changing the robot types depending on what the humans do, and then the humans have to adapt to the robots. It's like a constant back and forth between what works and what doesn't, and I think that makes the mode kind of interesting. Although new players, they don't know the robots, and we don't really have a system to like help them understand like which robots are good, so they're just kind of have to like learn by doing. Because some compositions are really good and some are just really bad.
Yeah. Is the so are you doing like the development? So like what is your hand in like the coding side of things? Are you more scripting or are you actually like doing development in it? Or
I'm doing some development. Like I'm not a very good developer, but I can modify and read code and like get the snippets I need. So I've primarily been handling the balance of the robots and the custom code for the robots.
Yeah.
And some of the matchmaking stuff, and then I have this other guy who's made like all the menus and like the auto detection and the team balance and those sort of systems. So I know sort of how they work. So we're kind of just 2 people working on this.
Yeah.
So while like his name is Ice Bear is one of my like one-time balance mod. Like he's made a lot of tools for balance mod and stuff. Very talented developer. So he's kind of like been the brains, and then I have been also the brains.
Medics. I thought you can have 2 of the same robot, or is it just you can have 2 of the same like sub archetype?
Yeah, like we have like 2 different heavies and we have many different soldiers, but you can't have 2 of the same exact soldiers. Like we can't have 2. Like I was playing Banny earlier, and you can't have 2 Bannies, so you can only have 1 Banny. But then we have some other scouts. So all the robots, I try to make them different with like their what's it called? Their cosmetics. So that you can kind of tell which one they are. And also been like the way I've balanced the healing is like, yeah, the robots, they heal at a higher rate, but they don't have that much high healing. That you can still, like, if you're just one player, you can just wear down the robots and focus firing them down. And then you have like all the balance mod buffs. Like for heavy, you have the healing heater doing additional damage to the robots that's on fire. So if you have a pyro that's just constantly putting robots on fire, then you will get like a lot of value from being a heavy. Stuff like that. So long range damage like wrangled mini sentries and snipers and direct hit and stuff is really good.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then like we have like, because robots, they generate the resource when they're killed by human players. So that's kind of like a gauge, like if the robots are doing poorly and dying a lot, they get faster access to the better robots and the bosses. But if they're doing well and they're not dying, they don't get as many of those. So it kind of like balances itself out. in a way.
The medic like threw like a spell at me.
Oh yeah, that's the central robot. He only has like the Halloween fireball, and he only has it like it's like a few seconds cooldown before he can use it again, and he has no other weapons. But the robot team does not have Uber. They only have the other types and an AoE heal. That's new.
Mm-hmm.
Because we tried it with a little bit, and it was like 2 strong robots being invincible, like having this much health, and in addition being like...
Oh shit, that's a gun. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple of people in the stream recognizing Mr. Sigafu Save.
The new star. Yeah, it's the people like they accidentally recognize me. Like, oh, is that you? That guy? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. Actually, that's my favorite. Is like when somebody recognizes me and they're like, are you like that Sigafu? And I'm like, I don't think anybody wants to pretend to be me. Like, like I don't think anybody cares that much to pretend to be me somewhere else.
Sigafu fakers out there, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe back in the day, but I don't think anybody really wants to pretend to be me. Even back then, pretend to be an engineer, man.
I think Dane gets that a lot, but not
yeah.
any others, I think.
I suppose, yeah, from the competitive audience.
It's like, it's always funny when people recognize you for different things. That's always fun. It's like, oh, you're GPS, you're that sniper guy, right? It's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, GPS, you're the guy that made those videos. Yeah, but I don't make them anymore. It's like, oh. And right now I'm really into Smash Bros. In the local scene.
Yeah.
And then I had people recognize me from like TF2, but from like the really old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's always interesting. Oh, is it the Fortnite Battle Pass guy?
Fortnite Battle Pass guy? A little bit of everything.
So one thing that I actually spent a lot of time on that's not perfect yet is that I gave the robots their own type of teleporter.
Yeah, I saw that they have like that little like advanced teleporter looking thing.
The robot engineers can only build exits. And they build instantly, but they cost 500 metal, which is their entire pool. And all their buildings are more expensive. And they regenerate metal, but not at an unsustainable rate. But basically, like, to use the teleporter, you have to crouch and spawn. And then a gauge fills up, and then if the gauge is full and there's an active teleporter, then you get teleported. Because having an entrance, like, the spy can just sap that forever, and you can never use it.
Right, because you never go back. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't go back. And also, like, the biggest mistake a lot of, like, the newbie robot engineers do is that they spread their buildings too far apart. And then a spy can just sap it forever, and you're basically useless. So you're kind of like, all the robots have to be together in a ball, which makes explosive classes really valuable because you get so much value from the splash. And then the robots kind of have to split out, but not too much. So it's always like this back and forth, which is fun. But yeah, this game mode can get pretty intense, especially when you have like 6 engineers all wrangled in like a line and you're just like shelling the robots from really far away.
Yeah, I feel like you could get some really interesting combos going on here.
Yeah, and especially like I'm playing a robot with a Burger's bazooka that shoots like 20 rockets at the same time, and then like a pyro running backwards can like reflect most of it. I'm still accepting birthday gift, yes, because I had a birthday yesterday. So. You're as old as me, right? You're 88, aren't you?
Just about. I think we are very similar in age. Yeah. Old fuckers in the TF2 community, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm like the oldest guy in like the Smash community here in Oslo, because they're all like 20 something. There's one guy that's like 31. Otherwise, I am the oldest. And I've started taking on the dad role. Like, I will like go to people and be like, "You gotta clip your nails, bro. They're too long." And be like, "Dude, cut your hair. You look like shit." I'll be like taking on the dad, and then they actually do it. This guy actually cut his hair after I told him to, which was hilarious.
Like, yeah, maybe cut it. Yeah, no, it's the. I get that way sometimes when I have to give out. I have to be Papa Sigfu to some people being dummies in the league. I'm like, you know, can you just stop being an idiot? Like, stop being an idiot. Yeah, it's always funny when I'm like, yeah, I've been playing like Counter-Strike longer than you've been alive. Actually, I've probably been playing Counter-Strike longer than most people in my in my league.
IGPS and Sigafu, the elders.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
We had to use server browsers.
Now with like the fucking plague of spoofed or community servers, just putting people into like a server with bots, TF bots.
Yeah, is it that they're like hiding the true player count kind of a thing?
Yeah, hiding the player count, faking players.
Yeah. Because I feel like Skyle used to do that back in the day, but then they like stopped doing it.
Yeah, there's also like this one called Seigens.de, which was like the fucking cancer, because they had like this premium shit where you like you typed exclamation mark premium and then you basically got OP. You got like infinite metal and you could build like infinite sentries and all kinds of crap, and then like you could of course pay for that sort of stuff, you know, and that's what's kind of ruined the quick play. Community quick play, which we have going, right? So there's always like, if community servers were more in the spotlight, there would be more abuse, because people were like, I can make money off of this by being a total shithead.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, it felt like had like some ability to like, because I mean, community servers used to be part of the quick play, like the play button, right, back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. But then I think it was just like it was so unregulated that then like people abused it, of course, and then Valve was like, okay, well, nobody gets it now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a very common Valve answer to a problem, which is that we're not going to try to solve it. We're just going to take it away from everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy way. Like, you have to, I guess you would have to do some sort of certification, right, that you're like not doing something bad. Or...
I mean, let's see, or if you had like some ability to, you know, at least validate that things were on the up and up. You know, people, you know, like, oh, let's have an approved list of server providers that you, let's say, even had to pay money to get on or something like that, and then like, oh, by the way, if you mess up, like, we remove all your servers for like a year, and you lose all your like the money put in or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
I kind of thought about that. It kind of is like a funny idea for like people who are like consistent bad seeds. I'm like, okay, put down a deposit. We'll give you the money back if you just don't say a slur.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh boy,
but,
I remember that in the creators team. That was a whole thing.
Yeah. All the fun times. All right, I'm gonna jump away here for a little bit while you're streaming, but I'll be around here in a little bit once you're done.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks. I'll talk to you later. You're gonna hop out of the game too.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on. My wife got done working, so I gotta hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll talk about later about the stuff we're gonna talk about, and thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Too bad you didn't get to play a robot. Maybe next time, scrub.
Next time for sure. I mean, later.
Yeah, later, bro. All right, that was Sigafu, everybody, and no, you can't join the voice call, because Sigafu's a friend that I have been for a while, and we actually. He's a bit more on the competitive side of things compared to me, but we still very much agree on a lot of things for TF2. So the fact that he's working for Faceit is a very good thing. And later we're going to talk about... he had some interest in like the balance mod, so maybe we'll do something with Faceit. We'll see. But I will not do anything to kind of compromise the balance mod as it is right now and our interest. Because our interest is just... play the balance mod in a 12v12 settings with no restrictions, like the way we have now.
Thank you.
And that's gonna be it. So we'll see. Like, the goal of the balance mod is just to, it's like a vampire. We gotta have more friends, right? Gotta be more we gotta indoctrinate more. get him to be on the proper side. Oh shit, I forgot to undo the thing. All right, cool. So how was my day? My day was pretty good. I'm not gonna be a robot this time. I'm gonna be a human MVP. So I think that's the biggest problem for us. Like the mod itself, like both man machines and balance mod is in really good states. Like all we're doing right now is pretty much nitpicking, more or less. Let's see, I gotta use this one and this one, I think. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do that for that. Just there. What was I saying? I'm very tired. Yeah, it's like the main problem for us is getting people to know about the servers and just get them to play here, because here's our competitor. Find a game, casual, start, done. That's our main competitor. And then there's also, of course, the negativity bias. Players just focus on the one thing they don't like, and it's like, I think I used this example yesterday where it was like, look at this bag of like 150 really nice apples. However, this one apple is rotten and I don't like it, so fuck all the 150 other apples in this basket. Even though only one is, I'm only gonna focus on the one that's bad. And you can't really change people's, you know, mindset about that. So yeah, like we have to devise some strategies for getting more players in. Well, to get a server populated, you have to have people willing to start the server, because no one has the fucking patience to sit around and wait for a server to start, unless you reach critical mass like Uncle Dane and stuff, where you just have, you know, hundreds and thousands of followers. It's pretty easy to get 24 players out of hundreds and thousands of people instead of like a few hundred. Right? So it's like that scaling thing. Balance mode tourney? I don't know. If Face It wants to have it, we can definitely make it happen. I'm not sure how keen they are on running Source Mod. I know certain others are not so keen. Oh, I need to. Yeah. Like because the people who do click start, or is it casual find game start, we need to get to them somehow. And they don't go looking for stuff, and most of them, they don't care. Yes, Big Stick, I literally said I will talk to Sigafu later after the stream. God. Oh wow, Mad Milk Crit Scrig, that's a good combo. Can you get Fnatic? How do we make people care that don't care? We just gotta show them how good it is. It's like, oh, I can play the way I want, and it's better. Everything. Because I remember like a while ago, before Sigafu was working with Face It, that he showed interest in having like a balance mod tournament because he think it was a really interesting concept. So I do think it could work, but then yeah, I guess it just didn't happen. Because I'm not actively pushing the competitive side of balance mod, because that's not really where my interest is. But if there's others who wants to keep that interest, then sure, we can do it. Yeah, like we talked about this earlier in the stream. The TF2 community is very fractured. I think I have to run it again. Because the print screen just started killing them. Also, this point is really hard for all bots. This first point is really hard, and the last point is really easy. Well, you can play how you want, but then other players can do the thing, right? You can't just... Like, a lot of players are used to playing without consequence. They're used to doing exactly what they want, not being contested, because whoever they play with is bad, and as soon as they need players and they can't do the funny thing anymore, because it's really not that good, then they get like, oh, this sucks, I can't do whatever I want without consequence. I want to do shit without consequence. I'm gonna do something else, because... Like, I talked about this in my video where I talk about community servers were better when there was, like, more scarcity of servers. There were more players than there were server slots. So, like, as soon as you got into a server, you wanted to make the most of it. But now it's like you can find a server just by click, 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 and it's made people so fucking impatient. And their tolerance for bullshit is so low. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah, I mean, balance mod pugs was not initiated by me. That was initiated by someone else. And I didn't have that much interest in it. But, you know, if people want to play pugs, they can play pugs. I think like the balance mode pugs is basically like just a competitive format of casual, and you can literally do anything. You can do like 6v6, 7v7, 8v8, 9v9, 10v10, 11v11, 12v12, 5v5, whatever you want, man. And it'll be fine. I think the issue is the commitment. It's not if it's really that fun or not. Because you see, once we're here, and we're streaming and we're playing, people playing and people having fun. Right? Yeah, like, it's going to be like if you played Smash Brothers with your friends and then you attend a local and you go into a bracket and you just get fucking owned because you're actually not as good as you think you are. And it's kind of like the wake-up call. But I remember seeing some players here and be like, yeah, I come from casual, I like to play balance mode. Holy shit, people are good, damn it. Okay, I gotta fucking step up my game. And then the guy ended up becoming like really good and having like godlike pipe aim. Because, like, he used to have bad pipe aim because the players he played were bad, but then that stopped working, he was like, oh. Okay, so they're just gonna collect all that. Brattles. Is that you, Bradley, that I talked to before? El Maxo's friend? Because I talked to him about the thing. Is that you? Or is that some other guy? Called Brattles. Yeah, and the reason we have mechanical skill is that we play each other. Oh, it's you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you were pretty much the example of, wait, hold on, let me guess. Are you between the ages of 18 and 28? Are you in your 20s? Because that was like the main issue, like the thing of like, we had everything ready, and then you were like, oh no, studies, I'm in my 20s, unreliable. Yeah, 18, that's exactly what I talked about. That's like why the creators project failed. You have like people in situations where suddenly they're like, yeah, you know what, not feeling it right now, I'm gonna do something else, bye. That's a creator's moment. But it happens though. But yeah, if you have a server that's ready to go, we can just fucking put the balance mod and man machines and all that crap on it. We can have it up and running in no time. So what's preventing us from pushing here? We're trying to fight the robots, but we gotta like go around the robots, I think. Yeah, killing bears is like a fucking waste of time.
You did it. You did it.
But I think like also El Maxo has been kind of quiet lately. Yeah, real life, take responsibility over. Like, so to me, I have a full-time job. I take dance courses. I teach dance courses. And I'm very active within the Smash scene. And I still have time to develop 2 balance mods or man machines and the balance mod and make YouTube videos and do all the, actually I do a lot of shit when I think about it. Oh, so they have tanks. Right, do they have a sentry? Oh yeah, that's a big boy sentry. Oh my god. ADHD? Oh yeah. You lack discipline. Why are we fighting him? Motherfucker. Yeah, deny him. I think we got a lot of Uber for that. No, it's not only me, but I'm doing primarily most of the work. I have people who help me with stuff. But like the design of what actual balance and the testing, I do most of that stuff. Okay, so we just have a scout here, but I think we just have someone on the point. Can't we just... Yeah, we can just run past. Did whoever was on the point... Oh shit, well... Well... How much of the dev work do I do? Oh, depends. Right now we have Tumble in the chat from the creators team who's doing a phenomenal job of reworking our website, because instead of me having to learn how to make a fucking good website, we'll just get someone who does it. But yeah, I can like change things. I've made some plugins. I have others made plugins. I'm better at modifying and tweaking and getting snippets. Not really creating stuff from scratch, but I can like set up servers in Linux, install the OS, get the auto server working. I set up everything with the stat system that we use, that code, the databases and all that stuff, so I know how everything works. Oh, is that a good idea? No. Stay up here. Farm some shit. From this. Fighting, yes. To bravely run away at full health and Uber. An exposed video? What, you just turn up the contrast? GPS exposured. That's what most companies pay you in now. Oh god. Yeah, I can like give you all the plugins and everything you need to hook you into our systems and be like, if you have a server that runs source mod on Linux, we can set up a balance mod in Australia today, easy. And if you give me the SSH contact so I can just log in and do the stuff myself. Oh shit, there goes my mouse disconnecting again. I can set it up later today and we can have like a Australia server going. Yeah, I like Ham, you don't need to build. My entire team's eating a shit ton of damage. Like, building like this is actually... Wait, if I just do it... Oh, fuck, I didn't get anything. Ham, I don't want to just fucking build Uber with you. We gotta fight. 3 of the robots are down, and we're fucking sitting in our spawn, scratching our asses. Oh boy. Cool. How many servers can you host? If you can host 2 servers, we can set up 1 manned machines and then 1 regular balance mod. So we have that in Australia because we actually like our server operator is from New Zealand, I think, and I'm not sure how the ping. Oh my god, Ham! I'm just gonna go and fucking fight because I need to be healing in the front and not fucking building in the spawn because I build fast enough here. We can build and fight. Look at this. I'm just building a shit ton of Uber off of this guy. Oh my god. I was for random crits, but now I'm against it. But if enough people want random crits, we can make a random crit server. Like, the thing is, like, when you're good, random crits doesn't really matter the overall impact. Sure, you get, like, because you get random crits. Oh my god, why do I keep taking the teleporter? God damn it. I think what we need is a soldier with the battalion's backup, because that is just so much more value than... Oh yeah, I actually have it, so pain train. No, not pain train. I'm guessing this for damage, maybe. Anyways, you can enforce a server name format? Probably. Okay, so they have a boss now, so now this is gonna be key. Which boss did they get? Where's the team? It's not that Uncle Dane converted me. It's that people want it and I tried it and be like, it's actually better this way. Because, you know, if I'm in a fight, I can accurately, like, do a proper threat assessment. Okay, so one robot's, like, super out of position! Ah! We have some spots to put pressure on last. My stand-up comedy tour is not happening because I am not a stand-up kind of guy. I'm a sitting down kind of funny man. Oh, it's him. been able to get a single banner. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for his banner to end. And I'll pop mine. We need like more dispensers, for sure. Yeah, no teleporters, dispenser, and spawn. Yeah, this is not going great. How do I not? Why don't I see the health? Did I turn it off again? Where's the team?
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Minecraft 1.19 now. This was like, I think this was primarily an engineer issue where we didn't have ammo or health or like a wall of sentries or teleports. But yeah, this map is hard for, like the first point is hard for the robots and the last point is hard for the humans. Is it possible to telefrag? No, but you will do a lot of damage, I think. And also, I think most players don't know how to like, because you gotta counter what the robots are doing, otherwise you lose. Which also happened there. We didn't counter them at all. So it's like dispensers, buffs, debuffs, damage work together. I think I'm gonna be engineer this round and use.
Reckon we better get together.
I think this loadout. And that's like the core of this mode. Like it's coordination. If neither team has coordination, I mean, if either of the teams have no coordination, then the team with the coordination is gonna win every time. The humans really have to. Basically a balanced version of the game. Well, we are running balance mod, but we're running this asymmetric game. But it's like all robots have a weakness and a strength, and you gotta play around it. Like if you're playing a human and like you can't do anything because a robot shuts you down, you have to change. Otherwise, yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, you're like when we're playing and you're like 18 humans, you're kind of expendable, right? In certain classes, doesn't matter what you do, because like as soon as you just keep shooting, you will wear the robots down. I'm not gonna do robots. So eventually we'll also, because this is like sort of like an all-star, well, this mode supports 32 players. So you could have 8 robots and whatever humans.
I love it.
Mission 60 seconds.
Mitigating shock. But most of all,
Engineer bot has appeared. Destroy it before it builds a teleporter.
And because these are robots, you gotta put stuff in like different places. Because the robots have like a totally different dynamic.
An engineer bot is teleporting in. Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Sometimes it's better to die as a human and just get back into the fight. Alright, so we're ready. So what I'm gonna do,
Engineer bot has appeared.
try and sit back here and just wrangle when they're on the sentry or when on the cart, and then move it down there when they move around. So if someone would like karate him, or if it like, yeah, I see he's dead. He's dead. And then when the sentry shoots by itself, I use the Widowmaker because like I don't fuck up the thing.
big robots got the bomb, boy.
I actually didn't do what I said, so now I can do this.
I'm moving this.
Nearing a checkpoint.
That's a lot of damage. Oh, glad you think so, Hannah. Piss, like, you don't need that many piss rifles. Like the Machina does increased headshot damage, so it's like a combination of both is good. But like, what's actually more important than sentries is to have ammo and healing to your teammates. So right now I'm gonna prioritize that. Of course, I will eventually get to building sentry here. So if you can destroy Uncle Dane's sentry before it builds, you have actually done a really good job because you wasted just so much. Oh yeah, don't shoot this. Oh, nice. You didn't actually get this. Oh my god, you took the metal, you bitch. I think the Machina on a headshot does like 518 damage. So if you're shooting a robot that doesn't have like a lot of health, I think you just, like, for any of the 1,250 health robots, you only need like, yeah, three fully charged headshots, and you as a single class would kill the robot. So snipers can be good too, but it's when you miss the headshots you lose a lot of value. Let's see if I can do it like this. Oh, I did it first try. God, I'm such a good engineer. Let me put this up here. Oh my god, my sentry was fighting his sentry? That should be illegal.
Sentry going up.
Oh, you did it. You did it. I head into the area.
Oh, Jesus.
Erecting a dispensary.
Because the key here for humans is surface area. Yeah, there's no way.
Destroy it before it goes to teleporter. The enemy has received additional time. Whoa, you did it.
Dying Light 2 was fun when you weren't doing the story. The story sucked.
Head into the area.
If the game had no story, it would have been a better game. For sure. Alright, so what's important here is that we work together to get the stuff. So, since he has already started on his buildings... wow. So, I can kite Bearded forever with this and just do constant damage. And since my sentry is shooting it, I just gotta keep a safe distance.
Head into the area. Kill them all.
Alright, so I think once I get this to level 3, I'll have to use some big gamer move tactics here. Because we're gonna fortify the roofs. No, you took the jump pad. Okay, gotta wait. It's charging. Yes. So over here.
There wasn't getting any lighter.
Just gotta get the dispenser up there too. Ah, my mouse again. Ah, what's happening? Stop. Fucking stop. There you go.
Teleporter going up. Teleporter coming right up.
Then I just need to get this up and running and we're good. So yeah, the robots needs to, I think they need to take the ceiling, but this is also pretty tough for the robots. Yeah, we cannot get on top of that one.
Moving out. Go on, hit. Backing up.
Yes! Kill them all! An engineer bot has appeared. Destroy it before it builds a teleporter. Robot teleporter activated.
Intense gameplay, right guys? Oh Jesus Christ, I also had a lot of damage. Oh god, yeah, well, there goes my gun.
Turn them into...
See if I can fix my voice here.
Listening to me is very fun. I have a very soothing voice. Tiempo.
Hear this. No, I did. Fuck. Alright. So that's the thing you can do on these maps. You can build inside spawn.
Satisfaction.
I currently work as a technical support for an automated capture software for documents. It's not the best paying job, but it pays enough and it has good benefits and a lot of free time and stuff, so that's what I like. Yeah. Could probably do some coding, but I don't have the coder thing. I'm gonna check something here.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. I mean, balance mod. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive.
How was that, chat? Actually, I haven't heard that song in a while, so I think that was correct. Yeah, this is brutal. They need like to break this. They need one of the paid robots to destroy sentries, and then just walk in here. But like, this part here is really, really hard to deal with. We might make this part here unbuildable because you have like that part is buildable, that part. You just have so much surface area, and the robots really struggle to get up here. Maybe they could sack like theater or some tank to get up here, but it's going to be hard for them. Which one? Yeah, so this next one is like the voice that I want to have for like, because the lore is like there's like this mastermind that has created these robots based on TF2 personalities because he doesn't have any friends, but they don't talk to him back, they don't answer him on Twitter or when he adds them. And then he goes on to make robots to destroy everybody that's based on them. That's the whole gist. So yeah, he would sound like this.
My minions, my creations, you stand no chance. Most efficient designs. Egg wisdom. I see no other gods here but me. Go forth, my minions, bring victory. It is what I deserve after I've been cucked by all the TF2 personalities. Their toxicity will finally end. I will cleanse them. I will purge them from existence and make the world a better place in my image with me, the mastermind, at top. Prepare to meet your makers. Fools, like, comment, favorite, subscribe.
I'm moving this. Phew. Moving out. That was getting heavy.
The bomb is near the checkpoint. Kill them all. Break them. Break them, metal bones.
Go on, get. I'm moving this.
Costs don't care. Plus did not. Plus did what? Okay, what was that? Wow, are we just fucking destroying these robots? I think that's what happened.
An engineer bot has teleported in. The bomb is nearing a checkpoint.
No! My machines are losing! How can this be? I programmed every contingency and yet they perform like this? Unacceptable results.
Moving out.
An engineer bot has teleported in.
Come on, get.
Sorry then, robot teleporter activated.
Backing up.
Enemy teleporter activated. Destroy it.
Teleporter going up. I'm moving this. That there wasn't getting any lighter. Backing up.
You robots stand no chance. Turning against your master? Ha! Most unwise. I know all your weaknesses. I made you. Now time for a beer.
That was rough.
Life of Riley.
Most unbased.
Oh shit, here we go again. I'll just change the map to Rottenberg, I guess. Because we already played this one. Do we have any Pro ZD fans in the chat? If you're a Pro ZD fan, just type Pro ZD. That guy is so fucking funny, dude. I'm just gonna go get something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. It's like, hey Mastermind, how's it going?
This world is imperfect. If only I could wipe away its impurities and make it as beautiful as me.
Yeah, you okay there, bud? Dude, Prosody is like naturally, like his sketches are like the best. But I don't care for anything else he does. Hey guys, watch me eat a lot of food. Nom nom nom. Let's see, which one was it?
Was it this one? No.
This one. This one. Yeah. Here we go. Robot mode initializing. Humans prepare for extermination. Resistance is futile. Like, comment, favorite, submit.
Or like the one from Game Grumps.
Like, comment, favorite, survive.
Yeah, so we need to get to the card here.
Initialize annihilation protocol.
Favorite playlist? I think you have like a playlist called favorites, but I haven't. I still use my original YouTube account. I haven't made any new ones. So far, team comp is pretty darn good. And also it helps that they're just 15. This is the optimal play, guys. Just have the heavy on the card, shoot down projectiles. And then wait for the fucking crits to come. And then just activate it as soon as you have it. See if he like hits something that's wasn't the best crits. But it works. Once he died, just use him as a shield. There you go. Done. Yes, there we go. Yeah, like the healing priorities in the man machines is very different from normal TF2 because like you can't save any robots, but you can like prolong their life a little bit. Grandpa with the headshots. Can barely hear me? Oh. Let's see, the game audio should be fine. I didn't do a sound check before I started. We'll play boss. Well, we'll know when we get there. We haven't really died much, so Just walk to the cart and push it a little bit. We'll get there when we get there, I guess. And I'm dead. Yeah, just walk to the cart, don't stop. Alright, so we have another medic here. But I think we're starting getting to the point where we'll need an engineer. So I'll try medic one more time and heal our... Normal? I actually turned my volume up. That's what I did. Boy, am I inside the cart? So who do I let die? Do I let this heavy die, or do I let the soldier? I think we're all gonna die here. So yeah, we'll just push it as far as we can. Oh, that's a mistake. Bringing that medic in here. Alright. Oh yeah, so, okay, he went engineer, nice. Oh, there's a teleporter right there? Oh, save the bait robot. Stand in the way. I knew that. Well, that was unfortunate. We can't afford it yet. Yeah, he doesn't even notice he's eating so much damage. So, what I haven't told anyone is that I can actually crit this robot. All of our robots are like super low. Yeah, we just gotta go with this one. God, I'm so weak. I just gotta go, man. Can't like... Yeah, also gotta shield the... So what did we get with that push? We need a teleporter though, and fast. Yeah, teleporter's active. Yes. Eggs.
Exterminate.
Okay, so you want the shield heavy.
Engineer bot has appeared. Destroy it before it builds the teleporter.
Tank here. Oh, okay, that's sub melee range. Jesus Christ. If I don't land on anyone, I'm gonna die here, but that's okay. Yeah, definitely Bearded here is a good choice. Like spawn camping them. Yeah. This, I think we have this. How's the teleport? Oh, there it is.
Robot teleporter activated. Destroy it.
I don't know what we can do for player retention. That's beyond me. People will want to have to stick around, and that's not something I can control or easily enforce.
Robot teleporter activated.
Come on.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Oh, and then he got pushed. Fucking bitch. No, we already have that one.
An engineer bot has appeared. Destroy it before it builds the teleporter. Destroy it.
All right, so that didn't work too well. We spent too much on like the medic thing, I think. Let's see.
An engineer bot has teleported in. Now go guys. Sold the teleporter. Now go guys. Sold the teleporter. Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Did I eat all the chocolate?
No, I didn't. I have more here. Haha.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Activated. Destroy it.
Actually, I haven't done this before. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Yeah, like everybody here is players.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you can actually stand up there. I didn't know that. I actually have to headshot. Yeah, we need muscle. Does he have a teleport? I mean, he should, right? No, he died. Teleport? Do we have that? Nope. Let's try Raikou. Hey, Dev Tier 2 was amazing! CF2 community servers only was when it was paid to play. It was fabulous. God, how am I supposed to get this tiny guy? Thanks for the subscription, man. Oh, I can take the teleporter. Oh, it'd be so fun if I could do that. Wow, my team is still holding out. Oh, damn it. You can be a robot if random allows you to. Does anyone have this week off for Easter, or is it only us privileged Norwegians that gets to have Thursday and Friday off? Spring break. I haven't heard about that in years. I'm gonna be a robot one more time. In it for the cakes. Cake.
Winning's like science, boys. If you want to stay, you gotta prove it.
Mission
Sentry going up.
Did everybody get turned this time? No. One did not. Let's see. Let's try to do some strategizing this time. Let's see here. I can't capture, but I think I'll go. Like, being a deflector on the card is just so good. It's just so good. So yeah, I think we're gonna be adding a few more robots, I think, or tweaking some of the ones. I just haven't looked at it a lot lately. But I think the robots are in a good place, but there are some robots that are kind of weak and hard to play. What the fuck is this?
Does not compute. How can you be moving without moving the legs?
Exciting gameplay. You see how skilled I am? I'm literally just walking on the car and just pointing at people. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Is this like a speed run for the robots? I feel like I should have been dead a while ago. Oh wait, oh, gee, no. Finally I died. This is also going to be like a mount thing, where you can just type !mount as a robot, and then you mount whatever taunt you want. I think could be good, so it's fair for everybody. Because why make it a feature? Why remove it when you can just make it a feature? Maybe just make it a thing that robots can do. I would just use the quick fix right now. Oh yeah, you want to? Oh yeah, I see what he wants to do. Wants to. Wow, he's heavy. Just bailed on it. Yeah, there we go. Because he wants to. You use the shield and then use the quick fix, and then you have your shield again. So you have like shield over shield, which is really good. Stomping. rough. Robots reign supreme. Solar Light gets like totally fucked by Air Blast though. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3. Oh, I totally forgot. Oh, dude, I fucked up my build so hard. Oh, I think I saved it. Shit! Oh, thanks for the save. Now I just need to keep this alive for 9 seconds. So I'm gonna fire from the crash and get back here. Or does he know how to crouch? Akakis, he should know. Or just don't, whatever. If he's walking. Oh yeah, he stayed in spawn. It was up if you were alive. Yeah, I mean, whenever the round starts and the robo mod is active, the thing does the thing. It starts the music. I think they know where it is. This is actually kind of a good position to be in, I think. It's just gonna take forever to heal though. But... Yeah, I'm not sure if this engineer thing's working, so...
The enemy has received additional time.
I had no idea why Bearded's car is so much bigger than the rest. I think inside this hole I will be pretty good. Guess I'll just patrol. Maybe I'll catch someone slipping. Guess it's almost past the thing. I think this is also going to be my last map. So I gotta talk to Sigifu about the things. I think I passed. That was bad. By me. Let's be obnoxious. Miyako, just go and die. Generate some coins. I'm not gonna heal you. Oh boy. I don't think Skyman is the choice here.
Attention, engineers.
Takes too long to build that fucking charge.
Heads up, engineers. A sentry buster has entered the area.
Gotta eat! Don't that heals like 30, you idiot! Oh! Incompetence! Oh my god, there's a mini there. Jesus. See you later, Richard. Can't stay here, we'll die. A lot of healing here.
Look out for that sentry buster.
Okay, I'm not sure. I hope he knows what he's doing. Just sitting here. we leave, they start camping. Good job, team. We left our card and then we lost. Alright, that was the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in and playing Man Machines. I think this mode is in a pretty good spot at the moment. There's some robots that need some tweaking, of course. But overall, pretty fun. Alright, I'll probably see you guys in a stream later this holiday. And take care of yourselves.